Welcome to Moon or Dust with your host, DeFi Sean.
What is going on, everyone? I am your host, DeFi Sean, and this is the audience edition of Moon or Dust, the most bullish crypto game show to ever hit the market, where holders and developers have a shot at winning up to 1,000 USD. Now, keep in mind, if you want to participate in the audience participation, at least for today, because things are changing a little bit with it, hop on over to lunarpump.fun, navigate over to the Moon or Dust page, and go ahead and participate in the chat. And that's going to be where you can go ahead and get that shot to come up and play. Also, the Moon or Dust token is live and it is tradable, mostly on lunarpump.fun if you want to go ahead and trade it, but also on Jupiter and Radium and different places like that. Token, in spite of having a fear and greed index of like 10, Moon or Dust is holding up very well, and no doubt we'll make it out of this and be on top, probably one of your bigger meme tokens, hopefully, as we progress this forward. Also, the Moon or Dust trending bot is live. If you want to get talked about live Monday through Friday, you can also just download that bot in your Telegram, get in the top 5, and we'll talk about you on our Moon or Dust trending episode, which will actually air live right after this episode ends. So, as we know, with the audience edition, we always bring up Mr. Pixel, have a little chat. It's kind of a behind-the-scenes look at how we operate on Moon or Dust with this episode, as we are going to go ahead and see who's going to be participating. Mr. Pixel, what is going on?
What's going on? I had to give myself some canned cheers there when I was coming up for myself.
I saw that. I heard that. Got your cheers going when you brought yourself on.
Bro, the crowd love me. What can I say? But I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm excited for another audience edition. Like Sean said, it's going to be drastically changed up for the next episode. Are you monitoring the chat, by the way, there, Sean? And Lunar?
I am trying to keep an eye on the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Also, on the chat, in order to participate, you actually have to have a username set up. So navigate to the top where you see your wallet. Go ahead and create your profile and create your name. You don't necessarily have to worry about a profile picture for this one, but you definitely need a username on Lunar Pump to go ahead and potentially participate. So far, we saw Mr. Bitzel wants to play. Sentinel said, yeah, we don't want that guy up there. I know Singh said he wants to play, which always good to have him on Sigma.
What about Josh? What about Josh? I know Tazzy's out there. Who else is in there? Super Seb. Come on,
Taz, Super Seb, maybe someone a little bit different today. We are probably only going to do one episode 2 today, so just $100 play today, because we do want to hop on over to the Moon or Dust trending. Fortunately, like with most tech issues, we had a little bit of tech issues, so we had to start a little bit late today. And also, we'll be announcing. Let's announce it during Moon or Dust trending. We'll announce who's going to be playing tomorrow on the primetime edition. So yeah guys.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. It's going to be a good one. We'll talk about it after this. But yeah, get on over there to the Lunar Pump chat, and we can jump in. Like, there's Titan. He's only played once.
Yeah.
Never been on camera. Come on, Titan. Turn on
Titan. He may or may not be at work. I think he works a lot during the show. But yeah, Titan always leading up the charge with the community for the token. So huge shout out to him. Yeah. And yeah, if you are able to actually come on, I'd love to have you on.
Yeah, so anybody that's watching, you want to play in today's game, we're just going to shoot it for a minute here. We're just doing one game for today because, like Sean said, we're going to be doing the live trending right after this. We're going to be talking about the top trending projects. But yeah, so get on over to lunarpump.fun, create your account, and jump in the chat right now. And you could come up on stage and play the audience edition for a top wallet of 100 Daura. Julio did that. Let's go, Julio. Come on, bro. You watching? Let's go. You want to play?
Yes, I don't think Julio's played.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at people who hasn't. Tezzy, he's not set up for live chat or camera. Sorry. Boo. I know, Tezzy. We'll get you another time, brother. But yeah, jump in on over there. And as Sean said, for the show that's coming up, you can go to the Moon or Dust website right now, moon-or-dust.fun, and you add that mod trending bot up here on the top. When you click that, it'll bring you right to Telegram. Just open it up and go and add it into your Telegram, give it admin rights, and get your community voting. And we'll be talking about it 5 days a week, whoever is on top of that list for the trending in the next show. And like I said, that'll be after each actual main Moon or Dust episode, the prime time and the microcap. So yeah, go and set it up, get your community involved. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't cost anything. we're not trying to shill you anything. We're building a platform here for communities, projects to come up, have a bit of fun, tell us a little bit about themselves, and win some prizes that can go a long way for projects and things like that. Towards whatever. So, and we're going to be growing and growing this. But again, as we said, it's going to be slightly different moving forward. The audience edition, it's going to be you can buy a ticket for it. So this is how it's going to work. As soon as we get enough people, we're looking at as soon as we hit at least $100. I'll do camera, but don't know how to hop on. Oh, Julio's game, Sean. See if you can get a hold of Julio.
Super easy. Let me send you. I'll shoot you a DM. We should have some DM. I believe I have a DM open with you. So yeah, that's not a problem to figure that out at all.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I'll get the game set up and I'll continue my little spiel here really quick about the audience edition that's coming up, and we can dive a little more into it.
Julio, just to confirm, shoot me a DM on Telegram. I could have sworn we had a chat open. I want to make sure I'm going sending it to the right person.
Okay, and here is Sean's Telegram handle, Julio, appearing live on screen right now. If you need to hit him up a DM. There it is, at capital THE_KRYPTONIAN01 at _Kryptonian01. Hit him up a DM and let's get him up here, and I'll get this game set up. But as I said, the audience edition next time around is going to be basically you buy a ticket. It's 0.044 or something like that, less than $5 a ticket. Every ticket you buy, you get a slot on the wheel. Every Friday we'll spin it to see who on the trending show. We're going to spin the wheel to see who's going to be playing in the episode that would be today, Tuesday. The new one's coming up. So as soon as we hit $100 worth of tickets, we're going to spin a wheel, and that person will be playing. And it's going to be a 26 wallet game, so we'll be playing for that. So the more people that get in there and buy the tickets, the more the prize money is going to be. I think we're going to do something like 80% of that prize money is going to go to the winner, and then the other gets kind of divvied out towards the token itself, and then
next week's pot, depending on what they win. So,
all right.
Depending on what they win. So, Julio, I see you backstage, my man. Sit tight, and we will pull you up here in a little bit.
All right.
But yeah. You got to figure it out. It wasn't hard, or it's not hard. Also, saying I am definitely under the weather. It's been a rough weekend. Been a rough few months since my 4 and 2-year-old started school or daycare, whatever you want to call it. Someone in the house has been sick this whole time, and definitely got me this weekend. My 2-year-old daughter doesn't know how to keep her germs to herself, so I guess I got coughed in my face one too many times, and it got me.
Okay, I just sent you the link there to Sean for the portal over there. It's in the engine room for you.
Yep. But sick or not, no time to waste. We got things to do.
Yeah, right.
Even if Saturday was my worst day, even if today was my worst day, I would still be on here right now.
Yeah, right. There's so many people depending on us now these days. We can't be getting sick. That's not allowed. But yeah, so let's see where we are. Pop that up, and I'm going to get our window ready.
Yep, let me know when you're ready. I'll go ahead and bring Julio up. Let him introduce himself.
Hold on, actually, I had to reset that. Cancel that portal. I had to reset.
Yeah, I just got it. Just went off on me.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and for people watching, like I said, this episode, you kind of see behind the scenes. Wednesday and Thursday, we kind of keep it as professional as possible. You don't really see any of this behind the scenes. This all gets happened before we go live. So yeah, it's really cool, especially like today's days. People like the behind the scenes type look. So always fun to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to send you that new one here now to Sean again. That last one. There it is. Live view. I actually had 2 instances playing. That was my problem. All right.
Let me get there. All right, I am in
this one. All right. Let me adjust my screen here now a little bit. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, we got our man backstage. And your audio is good there, Sean? We all good?
Yeah, my audio is perfect. We'll get obviously we didn't have a chance to do any audio checks with Julio, so we'll get up here, let him introduce himself, and make sure his audio is all good.
Absolutely. I'm going to drop down right now. And Julio, good luck, sir. I wish you the best.
All right, Julio, what is going on? So people I think are familiar with you. You've been around for a while. But yeah, let's go ahead and just do a quick introduction also while you do that so we can check your audio if you want to tell everyone who you are and all that good stuff.
Okay, mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me?
Perfect. Yep.
Nice. I don't know what to really say. Besides, I'm just a crypto investor that likes to do music and animate stuff for projects and stuff. You know, I like to hang around and have fun with you guys.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's go ahead and, like I said, not waste any time since we're a little behind today and start up today's episode with the audience edition of, you know it, Lunar Dust. So, of course, the very first thing that we have to do is go ahead and bring up our wheel to see what whale is going to be making us our offers today. Magnus, Dominic, Rico, the tripod where any one of the three can call you. Let's find out. Ooh, is it going to be Rico? It is. Julio, you got our guy Rico. So, of course, he's the DJ, so you never know what you're going to get. He might be high, but he also sometimes might go in low. Now, Julio, keep in mind, we're just doing 12 wallets for this episode today. So the very first thing after that wheel spin that we need to do to kickstart the game is go ahead and pick the chosen wallet. This is going to be the wallet that sticks with you for the entirety of the game. It's either going to be the last wallet standing, and that's the wallet you walk away with, or after each round, a whale can offer you money to buy that wallet. So let's go ahead and pick the chosen wallet.
I'm going to go with lucky number 7. Lock that in.
All right. Mr. Pixel, you heard him. Wallet 7. Let's lock it in.
Wallet locked.
All right, so the fun begins now. This one's shortened, and it is the audience edition. So instead of the normal 6 for the first round, we are picking just 3 wallets, Julio. And remember, it's going to be one at a time. So let's go ahead and pick the first wallet.
All right, let's knock out 12.
All right, wallet 12.
Watch that.
All right, 75. Not quite the moon, but a little up there.
All right, let's knock out number 6.
All right, wallet 6. Get one of those lower numbers. Let's find out. 50. All right, not quite the moon wallet, but yeah, 2 of the top 3 are gone. All right, Julio, one more wallet. Let's go for that dust wallet.
I'm scared to pick the third one. It's going to be like the 4th high. Knock out 3.
All right, wallet 3. Mr. Pixel, what's it hiding?
Dust wallet.
There we go. Let's go. Dust wallet. All right. Wonder how Rico feels about this one. 2 big wallets, but then also a dust wallet. Rico, what you got for our guy Julio?
Listen, Julio, the board is calling for careful strategy right now, so seize this moment and smartly accept my offer of $44.
All right, Julio. Rico's giving you a pretty solid offer here. He's giving you $44, 44% of the pot with 75 and 50 coming off the board. I guess the dust wallet kind of persuaded that offer a little bit, knowing that you're not walking away with 0. But we got 45 seconds, Julio, and we got $44 on the table. Are we going to moon and take that $44 or dust and move on?
Yo, Sean, this might be the shortest episode of Audience Edition ever.
Hey.
I'm good.
We've had one other one, Hemothy. That's how the game's played. Hey, actually pretty smart. All right, Mr. Pixel, we're going to take that $44 and we are going to moon it.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Boom, you cashed out wisely at 44, capitalizing on a hot offer.
Julio, honestly, probably just from knowing the length of this game, that was a very solid first offer. And had you kept playing, chances of you winning more than 44 would have probably dumped after, or I guess you can say lowered after each one. So Rico, the DJ himself, went with a high offer. And you didn't really get to feel the pressure playing it. But yeah, congratulations on your $44. And yeah, stick around and we will talk to you later. And of course, I'll get with you. And
I want to know. I want to know what he's going to do with it. Congratulations, Julio. What you gonna do with that $44?
Yeah. Yep. What we gonna do with that $44?
I might slice it in half and bank it right into mod.
There you go. More
Yeah.
mine. There we go.
So if you
That's
see
the
a
way to
22
go.
buy, that's me.
There we go.
Thanks for the support, Julio, man. You've been awesome too in the chat and stuff. Appreciate you, brother. Congrats.
Yep. But yeah, guys, if you know how the game's played with those odds, with what was on the table, in my opinion, from a odds perspective, you actually made the right call. With $100 at the top and then the 75 and 50 going, Rico threw a really good offer at him. So yeah, congratulations. And if there was ever a short episode, today was actually the day, because we have a lot to do with Lunar Dust trending on top of starting 25 minutes late. And yeah, do we kind of want to get into it before we end the episode and move into Lunar Dust trending about how exactly we're going to treat the audience edition moving forward?
Yeah, exactly. Let me pull up my window here real quick.
So in our 20 plus games that we've played, that's only the second person to take the first offer, believe it or not, because there's true DJs in this space. So yeah, it's only the second time that's happened.
Yeah, you know, he was dead right too, dude. But like, I know the way Adam's been working on the whales and their characteristics and stuff like that. That was a straight no. Like that's the way we wanted Rico to be, like in early, and he's nailing with like a heavy offer to kind of finish it. Sometimes he'll do that, like that's his characteristic, and sometimes he'll come in with a recklessly low offer, you know, and try to force you to go on because you know you mightn't have taken an early offer of his and he's butthurt over it. But
hey, with this episode, the whole game is a clip. You don't even have to clip it up; just the whole game is a clip.
Yeah, but that was great. I'm glad he took it, dude. It just goes to show you can come in here, dude. He just bagged $44 just for being over in the Lunar Pump Fun chat. He literally piped up and said, "Hey, I'll play. I'll go on camera." I came up here, walked away after one round with $44. He's going to buy some mod, baby.
Halving it $22 richer in Lunar Dust. And obviously, we can't say what's going on yet. I know we've hinted at it multiple times. And we never make any promises, because if anyone that's been following us for these last few years that we've been doing this stuff, we never sell hype. But we are making moves to position Lunar Dust to be a lot more in the limelight and get a lot more attention on it. You know, we are talking to different people that are miles ahead of my influence that can really help Lunar Dust propel forward. We have the structure built. We have everything built for it. It's just a matter of getting attention. I've said it privately, and I'll say it again because the meme token is a thing of its own. I don't have any supply that kept behind. I bought in just like I'm a holder like everyone else. So I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about the chart than I would another token that maybe we launched and, you know, we had a whole bunch of supply and multi-sigs and stuff. Not the case with this, but I truly do believe, especially in an altcoin season, I actually just released an episode of Crypto Over Red Bull talking about the fear and greed index hitting like what, 10. I heard people on Twitter talking, saying it hit 5. I didn't see that. I saw it hit 10 at its lowest, but regardless, I kind of went over everything, what that kind of means. The last time it did it was in 2022 with the Terra Lunar collapse. Completely different time than what we're experiencing today. There was actually true fear back then on why it should have hit 10. Today doesn't really make as much sense, but yeah, check out my latest episode of that, kind of going over it. But I'm saying all that to say this, I do think we're starting to get towards the bottom, shake out the last bit of the weekends, and I do genuinely think we're going to be headed back up. Also got some news today that the SEC took off crypto from its priority list, meaning that they're no longer viewing it. I'm probably going to do an episode on Crypto Over Red Bull tomorrow about it. They're no longer viewing it as an extremely high thing that they have to look at regularly. So instead of looking at it every year in bold saying, you know, scam, high risk, it's going to be just considered just like any other financial tool like the SEC covers now. But I'll do an episode kind of giving my thoughts on what that means with the market structure bill, all that hopefully coming up. So that's, some people saw it as bad news. I don't see it as bad news at all. I see it as great news that the SEC has finally lowered that huge red flag saying risk is huge in crypto and that we have to keep an eye and prosecute. They're no longer doing that. So in my opinion, good news. And I think saying all that to say this, as we start to head towards hopefully some real capital flowing into altcoins, I do genuinely think Lunar Dust is going to be a top 100 meme token, I should say, not necessarily crypto. but meme token.
Boom.
And with hopefully some of the stuff we're lining up, we're going to get the exposure to help us get there even quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean dropping the knowledge, guys. You wanna follow Sean? Krypton calls that space. He can get you anything you want in the
need
crypto
YouTube
marketing
videos,
world.
You need tweets. I'm a good place to start for a lot of people because you don't know who you can trust in the space. If you're trying to get centralized exchange listings, CMC, CoinGecko, YouTube videos, so many scammers in this place. In this space. So yeah, hit me up and I can help you out with pretty much anything you need.
Yeah,
I know someone that knows someone. I can even get you set up with Binance if you wanted to. You would need a lot of money to do that, but I have connections to pretty much everyone.
Yeah. I mean, it's sweet. And if you want to go about getting something like that, Sean's live 5 days a week, and if he scams you can give him shit every day on the show. So there you go.
Yep.
But yeah, and just to touch on that, anybody that is watching and you're wondering like about the token and all that, and like what our kind of plan is, obviously the token is massively community driven. Titan is definitely leading the charge out there. 100%.
Titan, shout out.
They all just chipped in as well to appear on Major Trending yesterday, which was awesome. Sean went on there, so that was great. Community's buzzing. The more
I think Mr. P, I think they showed a clip today on Major Trending.
Oh yeah, I saw someone.
Huge shout out Titan for getting that done. Again, it's just getting us more exposure, and that always doesn't. This isn't the crypto of 2021 where people see something and everyone just buys. So all the stuff that we're doing, regardless if you see huge buys coming in right now on that chart, they will. The views we're getting, everything that we're doing is just building that brand recognition. And it's only a matter of time before it starts to take off. So again, even though that all that work on Major didn't translate to tons of buys yesterday and today, trust me, it's huge for us to just keep getting that name recognition.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the whole idea. It was launched in order to bring people also to this platform right here. Lunarpump.fun, of course, and showing people that you can. So we reward directly in chat. Obviously, we didn't get to do that today because Julio, everybody can give him shit in chat. Julio took the deal too early. Well, no, you know what? You know who you need to blame? Rico. That's who you need to blame because Rico hit him with too good an offer and he had to bail. So we didn't get as far as the audience edition where we participate live from the chat. But that is usually how it goes. And again, next week's 26, there's more chance of that actually happening. Definitely one round, but it's usually 2 in the 26 wallet games. But in lunarpump.fun, this is how we do it. And, you can reward directly into people's wallets. They can also tip the streamer directly from here. And, the idea, like Sean said, we'll go over this really quick. Seeming we only doing one show today. The next weeks, or as soon as we hit a certain threshold of, let's say, $120. As soon as we hit $120 in the raffle ticket wallet, we will spin a wheel, and whoever gets it gets picked, gets to go up and play. So if you buy 10 tickets, you got 10 slots. 5 tickets, you got 5 slots. They're less than a $5 each. You can pay with Solana. We should put it in here too that you could buy with Moon or Dust token. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, we could do that. But yeah, 0.04 Solana to get in there and get a slot. And as this grows, the more tickets that we sell, if we sell $500 worth, the person that comes on the audience edition will be playing for whatever it would be, 400 and whatever, 50, $60 or whatever the percentage works out there for that. But it's around the 80% that person will be playing for. Some would go to the token, some would roll over to the following week. So that's the idea we're going to do. The 12 wallet games, grand, they're good, they're fun, but they're nowhere near as entertaining as the 26 wallet games. So we want to kind of do that for the audience edition. And hey, we sell enough tickets. An audience member could be playing for more than the primetime game if we sell enough. So there's no limit on the amount we can buy. And again, we'd spin the wheel, let's say, every Friday to tell us who is going to be playing this coming Tuesday audience edition for whatever that pot would be at the time. So that's basically how it's going to go. And the other thing I kind of wanted to get into there real quick was just before we do finish up, the new numbers are out for the show so far. Week 4, the breakout phase, it's looking really good. Still looking at 250 to 350 live viewers per show across all platforms. Obviously, we're on YouTube, Twitch, multiple channels on YouTube, one channel on Twitch, multiple channels on X, and then we're also on Lunar Pump itself. We're getting up to 10. It was 10 to 12 last week. Now we're up to 10 to 22 total, 10 to 22K total views per episode, 135,000 plus unique reach across all platforms. So you can see the increase here over time. Like, people are getting more and more interested in this, and the more we kind of spread out, this is all organic growth, 100% organic growth, that this is. And we just, like I said, we keep on putting out those social clips too, exactly, which is one was played today on Major Trending. So can't stress how important it is that, like, we get those clips out there. We got a couple of vertical ones that are going to drop as well today. They're super important because, like I said, people can get a taste for the game really quick in a short amount of time, and they're more likely to actually play it. And again, that's why it's so important to have people on camera that play, because we don't make the clip unless you're on camera, because it just does not have the same effect. So that's why we encourage people to get on camera. And again, Julio, you the man, brother. Thank you for coming on, and everybody else that does it too. It's been awesome. But the numbers are looking great, Sean. I know we talked about it yesterday, but since we're on this show, we kind of have a slightly different audience for this one. But how are you feeling about it so far?
Yeah, I mean, overall numbers are looking great. I have a feeling this week's numbers are going to be a little lower than week 4, but we still have a few more days to kind of get some more numbers. You always say that. Yeah, I do it every Friday. I pull the data.
I want you to be wrong every week.
Yep. So it's kind of a course correction again, and it'll happen. I was wrong the last 2 weeks. I said there will be a drawback, and there haven't been. Also, I saw Jim Picker ask in the chat. So some of the people we're talking to, one in particular, we don't need legitimacy for CMC and CoinGecko. What they can provide, though, is kind of more legitimacy in the market. This is a brand that their seal of approval will lead to more legitimacy. But as far as CMC goes, it's simple. It's pay to play. We pay the $5,000, which when we start getting that good revenue generated, we pay the $5,000, and just like that, we're listed on CMC. Try to do it organically. They weren't willing to do it, so we pay that $5K, you're in. CoinGecko, a little bit different. It'll cost about $1,800, so it's cheaper than CMC, but it's not purely pay to play at CoinGecko. You need a certain amount of SOL, so then I think it's $50K, but it's $50K of SOL, not $50K total. So if you're looking at an LP on like Dex Tools and it says $50K, it's going to be $25K in Lunar Dust tokens and $25K in SOL. It needs to be $50K. And again, this number varies. So don't quote me on it. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but on average, it's $50K of SOL. So you would have to have the LP saying $100K. So $50K of Lunar Dust, $50K of SOL, and that makes you eligible. Then they're going to want to see a certain amount of volume. That's where a lot of people throw in volume bots to go ahead and get it. So legitimacy is not an issue. CMC, 5K, we're in. CG, need to get that LP up, and then we'll be able to get in. So that's why it's very important to get that LP up. Obviously, also, as that LP raises, the more and more bigger holders are more likely to actually start throwing their kind of weight into Lunar Dust. But yeah, we're doing everything as we should be. We're building something really cool here. And guys, this truly is just the beginning. We have so much stuff that's going to be coming up, different ways to generate revenue, different games coming up. This is Lunar Dust. This is the beginning of a whole new crypto segment, I guess you can say, that we're kind of referring to as crypto entertainment. Said it privately, and I'll say it here. People don't even realize they want this yet, but they do. When the altcoin season rolls around and everything comes around, this crypto form of crypto entertainment, we're going to be at the forefront of it. And I think it's going to be people start copying us, because I think this is going to be a cool new way for people to enjoy and interact with crypto.
Yeah, it really is. I feel the same. Given, the feedback we've had so far, everybody that's been on the show wants to help, wants to get involved in some way, shape, because we always try to talk to people after the fact when the show's over, get their taste for it. So yeah, I feel the same. I think we have the potential to kind of pioneer or at least drive a new meta here, potentially in the Web3 crypto meets, game show style entertainment. And yeah, I think it's awesome. And to touch on the point Jim Picker was making, the coin market cap. Obviously, I know Sean's mentioned it, but we do have a treasury that we've set up ourselves in-house in order to be able to facilitate the token itself for like expenditure like that. So as it grows, we plan on utilizing it to make sure that the token does well. A token like this, like, it's what gives us, it's what allows us to be like crypto Web3 entertainment. Like if we don't have the token and we don't have the ability on lunarpump.fun to reward directly into their wallets and stuff live in the chat, utilize those features, buy these raffle tickets, people in the chat being able to tip us right back with our token or Solana and vice versa. That's what makes it like pioneering Web3 crypto game show entertainment, however you want to call it, or whatever you want to label that. But that's the ability to do it. And as far as I'm aware, I'm not seeing that at this level anyway right now. And being able to do it remotely with a small team, you know, that's big. And being able to do it like consistently, we got the proof of the pudding now. So it's looking really good. The numbers are looking good. So we're going to be facilitating this. And of course, like, you know, you need a token too, because what's crypto? Like crypto is communities. Tokens drive communities in this space. So it has to have a token. It has to have a token that we get behind and we facilitate as much as we can. But obviously it is 100% like community driven in and of itself. It's totally its own entity and it's doing great. Community's doing great and we're always going to promote it. It is the official token of it. So Sean, do we want to announce tomorrow's guest before we sign off?
Yeah, let's go ahead and announce it real quick. Also, too, real quick, I saw someone asking about patent. So I got with my lawyer. So my main lawyer, he's a real estate lawyer. He doesn't specialize in copyright, but everything we can find, like for instance, with Deal or No Deal, everything that we saw, it doesn't appear that you can copyright a concept per se. Now, we couldn't use Deal or No Deal. We needed to change as much as possible. We don't even use cases or bankers. Also, we couldn't use like Howie Mandel's look or shape or figure in any way, shape, or form. So the same thing with this. We can try to copyright Lunar Dust, but we wouldn't be able to necessarily stop someone from replicating our game, the game show itself. They would just have to rename it and do everything. But yeah, we can potentially
they'd have to make some variations like we did, right?
Yes, I mean, exactly.
The concept they could definitely like do it with
the concept they can take
else and yeah.
Because last thing we want to do is explode and friggin' ABC or whoever it is comes after us. And we're pretty sure we're pretty sure that we've done everything to make sure that couldn't happen. But we also want to do it on flip. We want to do it on the crypto side to where, you know, no one can try to take away Lunar Dust from us.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, we're looking and making sure that we're on above board with all of that stuff. But yes, without further ado, Sean, I'm sure a lot of people could probably guess.
Yeah, we've been talking about him a lot. So yes, let's show the graphic. Yep, BioCrypt's going to be joining us in tomorrow's episode. They're the exchange we've been talking about. We'll obviously talk about them here in a little bit. We're going to probably take it's 3:54 EST. We'll probably take about 5 minutes. Link set up, so you can go ahead and join that link on the Lunar Dust on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna run downstairs, get me that Red Bull that I've been talking about with crypto over Red Bull. Hop back up, and then we'll kind of get into it. I think we do have a new person in the leaderboard. I think our friends over at Fire Chicken, who's actually going to be Thursday's guest. I think they made it into the top 5, so we'll talk about them. They actually have a giveaway going on right now, so something really cool.
Awesome. Maybe we could get Chuck up here to talk about it too in the trending show today. That'd be awesome if we could.
Yep. And if you want to join the Lunar Dust trending episode, all you got to do is download the trending bot, moon-or-dust.fun. Click it. It'll bring you to the trending bot. Download it. Get your community voting. And it's still early enough that you probably wouldn't even have to pay to get your community in the top 5 and get talked about on Lunar Dust trending. So we are going to go ahead and end this episode of Lunar Dust. Tomorrow, we'll be back with the primetime edition with our guys at BioCrypt playing for 1,000 USD. And in about 5 minutes, me and Mr. Pixel will be hopping back on for the Lunar Dust trending, so stay tuned for that. And of course, you already know what to do until we meet again, which will be in about 5 minutes. Trade safe.
Play Moon or Dust live and win big for your community or for yourself. Just don't dust. Tuesday, audience edition. Wednesday, primetime. Thursday, microcap. Think you can take on the whales and walk away with a fat bag? Be our guest for free. Moon or Dust, the most bullish game show in crypto. Visit moon-or-dust.fun for details.